Dear students, now I am going to explain you ultrastructure of vertebrate skeletal muscles. You have studied the organization of skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscle is an excitable contractile tissue responsible for maintaining posture and moving the orbits, the eye, together with appendicular and axial skeletons. Axial skeleton means the skeleton which forms the axis. You have studied the vertebrae and the head, and the appendicular skeleton means the skeleton which forms the limbs. So the movement you will see here, how the in this animation you will see the movement of the hand. So in that way you will find the contraction of the triceps when they extend, contraction of the bicep when they lift, when they extend there is a contraction of the tricep. So the muscles attaches to bones through tendons. So you will find that these are the tendons, how it attaches to the bones. So muscles having the property excitability, the capacity of the muscles to respond to a stimulus. So it respond to the stimulus means here the neurotransmitter that is released from the motor neuron in the synaptic junction between the nerve and the muscle. Okay, then the or else it may be the hormones. So it shows response. What is the response? It contracts here. So contractility, ability of a muscle to shorten and generate pulling force. So see here the muscle shortens and pulling the hands in this direction. So then extensibility, muscle can stretch it back to its original length. Elasticity, so the ability of the muscle to recoil to original resting length. So you will able to see how exactly you will find in the similar arrangements in the rest of the skeletal muscles also. Now the question is, how exactly these muscle cell? So muscle cell is the largest cell in the body. So it is the length of this may be 1 millimeter to 40 millimeter, almost to 4,000 to 5,000 times large in terms of length when compared to the normal cell. So skeletal muscle contains bundles of muscle cells or fibers, long striped fibers, or they are all multinucleated. So you will able to see this is a single muscle cell. It is very elongated. It cannot be shown entirely because as I said it is ranging from 1 millimeter to 40 millimeter. So it is a multinucleated, and inside the cell it is packed with you will find the fibrils. These are called myofibrils. So it is this is the normal cell. Normal cell, it is about 8 to 10 millimicron or micron the diameter, and the length it is about 10 to 15 micron, whereas the muscle cell, just imagine 40 millimeter almost, or else 1 to 40, it ranges different. So what all the things you will find in the ultrastructure means a small portion, it is a very large cell, a small portion can be viewed under microscope, not the entire thing. It is beyond the purview of the microscope. That's why a small portion, what all the things you will find. It is a typical cell, remember, but it is a specialized cell. So it is the specialized means it is packed with myofibrils. Those are the one responsible for the contraction. So the outermost one is the plasma membrane. It is called sarcolemma. This sarcolemma not just here, it also invades inside, so that is in the form of T tubule. Okay. So then inside the cytoplasm you will find that is called sarcoplasm. Sarcoplasm contains numerous mitochondria. So sarcoplasm and the nucleus push it to periphery because of the collection of these myofibrils inside. Muscle fiber ಒಳಗಡೆ myofibrils ಇರುತ್ತೆ, thousands of myofibrils. Okay, so these myofibrils push the the cytoplasm towards the side. So you will find the mitochondria and nucleus and cytoplasm in the side. In the middle you will find the myofibrils. They are surrounded with sarcoplasmic reticulum. It is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It is called sarcoplasmic reticulum. Okay. So this is what you can see, the organization of the muscle fiber or muscle cell. So let us study in detail about the about the myofibril. So a muscle cell is a cylindrical, large, 1 to 40 millimeter in length and 10 to 50 micron in width, and it is a multinucleated containing as many 100 nuclei per muscle fiber. That's why it's called syncytium. The muscle cell is packed with thousands of myofibrils. So these are all the myofibrils. In each muscle cell there are thousands of myofibrils. Each myofibril along its length, it contains thousands of repeating units called sarcomere. So you will able to see, so the all along there are you will find the arrangements of if it is, this is the you will find the repeating units you will find in the muscle. So these repeating units are called sarcomere. They are the unit of contraction. So myofibrils all along its length, it's having thousands of sarcomere. It is an average 10,000 sarcomere will be present in a single myofibril. So this sarcomere is the basic unit or the functional unit of contraction. So laterally limited by Z line. So if you see this, this is a sarcomere. So this sarcomere you will find laterally limited by, this is how the same, this thing next you will find like this. You can see all along there are about the 10,000 sarcomere per myofibril. Okay. So you should not confuse muscle fiber, inside you will find myofibril. Myofibril all along its length having a repeating unit, contractile unit, sarcomere. So this sarcomere is limited by, you will find Z line, Z in shape, that's why. Then you can see the sarcomere contains the parallelly arranged. So these are the thick myofilament, this is called myosin, and thin myofilament, these are called actin myofilament. So this actin myofilament attaches to the Z line, but myosin filament, they are present in between the actin, they are not attached to the Z line. So, so what you see here, each sarcomere is about 2.5 micron. It is made out of myosin and actin. You will find this is the actin and this is the myosin. So they are arranged in a parallel way. So you will find how many of these myosin and actin per sarcomere. There are about 3000 actin filaments. They are called myofilaments. Okay, actin and myosin, they are called myofilaments. Muscle fiber, inside you will find myofibrils. Myofibrils contains repeating units called sarcomere. Sarcomeres are made out of contractile myofilaments, actin and myosin myofilament. So actin and myosin myofilaments overlap certain places, creating bands and the zones. So in this you will find the here the only actin filament, here both actin and myosin filaments. Because of this, and also both are having their refracting index changes. So when you observe under microscope, actin is a thin myofilament, so that's why you will see transparent zone. Myosin is a thick filament, you will find dark. So that is a alternate dark and light bands, or you will find in the under microscope when you are. So this alternate dark and light bands, the dark band is called A band, anisotropic band. Light band is called transparent one, you will see. So that is called isotropic, I band. So you will find where the myosin and actin is present, that is forming the A band, and where only actin is present, that that is going to form the I band. So in the middle there is a zone, only myosin is present, not the actin, because when it is in the resting stage, actin is not going to meet in the middle, that's why. So this zone is called H zone. So you will find this is, you should remember, because it is going to change during contraction. The center of the sarcomere lacks actin filaments, that's what I said. So that is the zone called H zone. Okay, there is a in the middle, it forms the M line, it is called. So thick myosin filaments are found between the actin filament. You will be able to see this is the myosin myofilament. So then contraction units of muscle fibers are sarcomeres. You know that sarcomere is the contractile units. Sarcomere consists two types of myofilaments, actin and myosin. Actin myofilament, thin myofilament, how exactly the structure? It is made out of three types of protein. It's a how exactly your hair is a keratin filament, protein filament. Similarly, actin filament contains three types of proteins. So those are F-actin, tropomyosin and troponin. So this F-actin, it's nothing but it's a globular actin, globular structure you will see here. The globular actin joined one another and forming the fibrous actin, that's called F-actin. So ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಸರದ್ದು ಮಣಿನ ಸೇರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಸರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಆ ಮಣಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಗ್ಲಾಬ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿನ್, ಸೊ ಸರ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಎಫ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಎಫ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿನ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ two types of such F-actin, they coiled like this. You can see this is how the actin myofilament. So in between you will find another fibrous protein, this is called tropomyosin, and some globular protein, these are called troponin. So there are two F-actin filaments twisted, and in between you will find tropomyosin and troponin. So this what you see, this actin filament contact the Z line when there you will find, and they don't meet, the actin filaments of both the sides, they don't meet in the middle during resting stage when the muscle is not contracting. So tropomyosin is a fibrous, you will find here, it's a inserted in the groove of the actin filament. Troponin is a globular protein, you will find red in color here, is troponin, it is associated with the tropomyosin. Tropomyosin and troponin complex acts as a molecular switch. When you put switch on light, you know, so that's how it's a molecular switch. Molecular switch means when the calcium is going to bind on this, they cannot bind with the actin, they get lifted, so that myosin able to contact with the actin and pull the actin towards the center. That is what contraction. So when there is a resting stage, they are occupying and covering the receptor site of actin to that of myosin. Receptor site andre, so the actin myofilament having a receptor site where you can see the myosin make cross bridge, make contact, and you will find this is the myosin, this is the cross bridge. So it's like a hook like, right? So this hook make contact with the actin and pulls the actin towards the center, that is what contraction. So in the resting stage, these molecules tropomyosin and troponin, they cover this receptor site so that this cross bridge cannot make contact. Okay, so the troponin is it's a troponin and tropomyosin, they are having a high affinity towards calcium. So what happens, you can see when before the contraction, muscle will contract as per the guidance or as per the stimulation of the neurotransmitter. When the neurotransmitter released, so immediately there is a change, calcium get released from the sarcoplasmic reticulum. When there is the sarcoplasm, cytoplasm, now a lot of calcium ions, they are going to bind the troponin and tropomyosin. Immediately their structure changes, so though they are no more in contact with the actin, so the actin receptor site now contact with this cross bridge. So the myosin going to pull the actin towards the center. This is what contraction. So myosin filament, how exactly? Myosin is a thick filament made out of about, you will find 200 myosin molecules. It is how exactly, it's like a hockey stick like. So similar such hockey sticks, 200, 100 one side and another, if you bundle, so these so many hockey sticks, so they bundle like this, they are going to form the myosin myofilament. So how exactly a single myosin molecule or else a hockey stick? So it's a large protein, consists 6 polypeptide. You can see each myosin molecule, this is 200 such molecules, they are going to form myosin myofilament. Myosin myofilament forms the middle part of the sarcomere, you will find. So there are 2 heavy polypeptides. You will find a long heavy polypeptides. This is like a, just like a double-headed cobra like. Can you see that? So this is a long one, and they are alpha helical tails. Their tails are twisted, right? Their heads are not twisted, the tails are twisted. So these are 2 heavy polypeptides. And you will find along with this, you can see in the head region, there is a small polypeptide, 4 small polypeptides, totally 6 polypeptides. So these heavy polypeptides about 200 kilodalton, and light polypeptide is about 20 kilodalton, that is the size. So this globular head is, this is the one, it has got a ATPase activity, it hydrolyze ATP and derive energy for muscle contraction. Muscle contraction requires, you know that running and whatever the working, your physical activity, so lifting, all this requires lot of energy. So this energy, where it the muscle contraction derives energy, that is from the ATP. So this myosin head, it has ATPase activity, utilizing ATP, hydrolyzing ATP, it going to pull the actin towards the center, that is what contraction. So the globular head projects out from the myofilament, forms the cross bridge. What you see, it project out, you can see so many cross bridges you can see. So this is what you can see here, this is the cross bridge or else the globular head. So the globular head has an ATPase activity, this is what you can see. So this is sarcomere, and this is a myosin myofilament and single myosin molecule. So it is a ATPase activity, this is having ATPase activity, it make contact with the actin, utilizing energy, it can make a power stroke reaction. You will find this is the power stroke reaction, you can see. In this position, it moved towards this position. It's like a hook and pulls the actin. So this is several such pulls like this. So totally you will find the actin comes towards the center. So hege Ratha Yatreyalli nimge so many people pulling the rope, no, the same thing you can see. So many cross bridges make contact with the actin and pulls towards the center, that is what contraction. So then an additional protein, it is not the myosin is not it is present in the middle, but it supported by a long molecule called titin. So single titin molecule extend from it's the largest protein that is present in your body. If you are sometimes general knowledge, it 3000 kilodalton, that is the molecular weight. So this titin is connecting it's like a spring like. Can you see this? So it is supporting the myosin during contraction and resting tension. So actin myofilament of a sarcomere slide fast in the space between the myosin. So it is this is in the sarcomere during the relaxation, and this is during the contraction. So as per the stimulation from the neuron, so you will see here this is the neuromuscular junction, a synaptic junction between the synaptic end of the neuron with that of the muscle. Okay, so it releases neurotransmitter. So muscle contracts not it is the size of the sarcomere reduces or contract about 1/3 of its size. 1/3 of its size will, this is what the contraction. How exactly the relaxation, this is the contraction. And see this, this is the A band and this is the I band. There is no reduction in the I band, there is no change in the A band. A band ಹಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಕಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆದಾಗ, I band reduce ಆಗುತ್ತೆ size, and H zone completely disappears. So this is what happens during the contraction. When the muscle contracts, it shortens. Okay, so this is what you will find. A muscle contraction must occur quickly and repeatedly with enough force. So the person is lifting, so you see here it shortens, right? So here shortens. Correspondingly, you see this is the sarcomere. When contracts, it shortens. See the bands. This is there is no change in the A band, but there is the transparent I band and that shortens. Can you see that? So this is what happens during the contraction. This is electron micrograph that is showing properly.